you're through to Warpstone TV, and today we're looking into Rogue Trader, but I am, first of all, going to apologise for how long it's been for an upload. If anyone's following my Instagram, they can see that I do upload stuff on Instagram, weekly at least, but on YouTube, you can see that I've not been on in a long time since last upload. So yeah, today, Rogue Trader. We're going to have a look into the old actual Rogue Trader book and just see what the book was about. Not really going into too much on it. Like here, you can see there's terrain pieces that you can make in it, which is fantastic at Games Workshop at the time. But yeah, let's have a quick look round. So first off, when we turn the page, we see the Zote in the top corner, but also I noticed these, like Slan. I've never seen them before. Slan Warband. I wonder if they're ever going to bring them back. And also like the Imperial Battle Droid, which I'm guessing is sort of early Mechanicum sort of thing. I've never seen them before either, so a bit of Star Wars, but early Battle Droid. So we're going on to the different artworks now. But I wanted to show this here, where it shows in the weapon skill versus defender's weapon skill. So it would be like weapon skill 4 versus weapon skill of 4 is 5s here, whereas nowadays 4 versus 4 is 4s, or 3 versus 3 is 4s. Everything that's the same is 4s, whereas back then it seems that 5 is the average number. So I found that a bit strange, and I didn't realise that it had changed that far now, so it was a lot harder to do stuff back then. So here it says, in some circumstances it will be easier or harder to score a hit than in others. For example, it would be easier to hit someone from above and harder if they hid behind a wall. To simulate, the following dice modifiers are used. The modifier is added to a d6 to hit. All modifiers are cumulative. For example, +1, +2, and -1 modifier equals a +2. Modifier score as follows: +2 frenzied, in a state of frenzy. So frenzy is starred at the bottom, and it says frenzy is a psychological effect that is described on psychology. See page. Doesn't actually show what the page is. Nothing on the next page. Doesn't show anything where this page is. You would probably have to go to the actual index of the back of the book to try and find this bloody page. They just cut it off. End of the book. End of that page. No actual psychology. So yeah, a bit proofreading is rubbish as usual, but it is their first book, so I'm not really having a go. It's just it's the same things, mistakes that they're doing nowadays. So we'll continue through the book and look at some artwork, like some people screaming and some Eldar killing some people, which is quite nice. So I did find psychology here on this page, a couple of pages after, but the frenzy bit was tiny part at the bottom of the page, which was, oh, okay, how would I have seen that? But keep going through the different levels of abilities that are happening. I think these are psychic powers, and then you're going on to mutants and different mutations for what you can do. There's so many rules, so many, and like for new 10th edition that's going out, saying that we're going to make everything simpler. This is obviously first edition. It's so complicated. I don't know how anyone would have played this. These are cool. I like these. It's like part of the thing. Just the strangest things that the people have drawn. Like Beastmen. You'd see all these type of people in Necromunda. I don't know if Necromunda are going to sort of bring these sort of artworks back, but you just don't. The guy with a nose on his head. We're going on to weapons now. Obviously, it's got the bolters. It's got the musket, which I don't understand why that would be in the 41st Millennium, but you know. A sling. It's just got some weird weapons. Like a bottle. And your fists. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. It's got the needle pistols. The neuro defibrillator disruptor thing from Eldar that you see on the Harlequins now, which is a nice throwback to them. You can get your Colt 45 stub gun, which I didn't think they were going to put a Colt 45 in there. But web gun, which looks like Minions fart gun. And some, well, AA turrets, plasma cannons. The old generic plasma cannons look brilliant. The artworks in this book are just astonishing. There's some amazing artworks. Some real effort was put into it. Obviously, Assault Marines, the old flyer, which is down in the corner there. Don't know what that flyer is. It's just there, and I wonder if to bring it back. The massive massive pistols that them Marines don't know where they're shooting. And these guys, I know that it's an Imperial Fist Land Raider, but they so look like word bearers at the front there. I don't know. They all have like shaggy sort of fluffy backs. They do look like word bearers. Maybe I'm wrong. I know I am wrong because they're not in here, but they look like word bearers to me, so I'm going to class them as that. Some bits and bobs about the actual Space Marines inside, which is probably the first depiction of the inside of a Space Marine, which obviously you go through all these parts on here and what to actually upgrade as well, which is pretty good if you was playing like a campaign where you can upgrade your Legion. As I said a minute ago, some amazing artworks. You can't, if you want to look in a book to get inspiration for conversions, this is the type of book you need. This made me laugh. This was a sort of Imperial Palace with all these Marines, and then that tower just looks very chaosy. It just looks like it's a bit too spiky for Imperial. You don't know what fighter jets in the background there. It looks like a sort of, I don't know, F-22 Raptor or something like that. They look pretty cool, but I haven't seen a sort of, it might be an Interceptor. I don't know. They look like that. Anyway, a bit of the Inquisition there. Logos. Space Marines killing orcs. Some creepy dudes on some Space Marines. I don't think if I played it back then, I don't think I would have collected Space Marines. I think I would have just been a sort of mutant gang. Space Marines don't really appeal to me at all. It's just some cool stuff in the book, and I think you would have been able to do a lot of conversions from other model kits. Same as what I do now, really. I just make a load of different conversions. Here on the Marines, they've cut out loads of Marines here. They've not even invented a lot. So obviously they've got the Ultramarines, White Scars, the Rainbow Warriors, which I thought were just a meme years ago, but when I got this book a couple of years ago, I saw it and I have to say about it. They have the Flesh Eaters, Flesh Tearers, Silver Skulls, and even Field Police as well, which I didn't know what Field Police were. I'm guessing that's Enforcers for Necromunda now. But yeah, they got some nice dioramas in the book, and like Eldar are shown quite a lot in the book as well. But I like how tribal the Eldar are and how wacky their colours are. It's like here, they look like they're a bit like the fish guy from Star Wars with the way the guy's painted the eye on the top there. Orcs are not really a big thing back then, but people would have tribes of orcs. I don't know how they would really play them. I doubt they would have hordes. This is a lot of Necromunda sort of artwork. You see a lot of this in like Blackstone Fortress and Necromunda. All these different 1800s type wear / 70s wear or 60s. It's nice. It's cool. I like it. So here you have like the Jericho weaponsmiths, and they have loads of options. They say they are a fascinating race from the description, and they have champions, heroes, minor heroes, and major heroes. And they have so many rules. They have more rules than they do have now. And I don't know why they've sort of dulled them down. That's a nice piece of artwork. I do like that. But what I didn't expect in here was Tyranids. I was really surprised that I saw Tyranids in here. And they have a thing here where it says about uniforms. So Tyranids do not normally wear clothing, although they have complex harnesses containing pockets and equipment pouches. Do they? And they're often worn purely decorative and have carefully grown from cultured skin or fur. So it's just, I don't remember this being in the law now, but they have some pretty interesting stuff. Tyranid leaders, and they bring in stuff from Zotes are the next thing on the Tyranids. Here we have champions, major heroes, major champions, and they have warp creatures, enslavers, vampires, Astral Hound. Yeah, I wish to bring these things back. One of the things here is the amble on the next page, I think it is. And they have the most deadliest creature in all of the 41st millennium. The carnivorous sand clam. I've never seen that. Imagine being scared of a clam. Oh, they do look pretty fast when you see them on the nature programs. And then you have sort of a facehugger and catch and face eater, catch and devil, crawlers, crocodids, cud bears. These cud bears can sometimes go onto people's ships because they fall asleep in a remote corner and then they wake up and go rampaging through the ship. How would you know that one of them fell on your ship? How would they get onto the ship? Dinosaurs. I have some dinosaur models that I found at Joy of Six in Sheffield, and it would be brilliant if it was in 10mm or 6mm, but they're in 15mm scale, so I don't think I'll ever use them. Gene stealers, giant insectoids, groks, giant spiders, grinks. Grinks is that thing that Yunari lady has, that she has walking next to it. I don't know why she has one. It's not really occurred to me why she's got one. Just Eldar being Eldar, unless someone wants to comment why she's actually got one. That would be brilliant, so then I actually find out why. Because I'm not going to look it up. It's just too much hassle to look it up. So you got a killer squirrel, rippy fish swarms, which I'm guessing rippy fish technically rippers. The squirrels just I like how they put artwork in there for that. But then they go on to sort of terrain, so you've got sunworms, creepers, floaters, gas fungus, spongeweed, Venus mantrap, which are 6 attacks, toughness 7, strength 7. They're pretty beastie. They just go kill you. And I'm guessing back then it was a lot easier to kill you as well. And they go on to obviously environmental changes, what actual creatures can appear, and then it's artwork through the whole book. Some nice artwork where a dwarf likes Batman. Some stuff that looks like BattleTech on here, a bit Mad Maxy. Obviously it's to do with all the sort of Necromunda underhives at the time, because if you think about it, this is just the beginning of 40k when it first came out. They didn't really know what they were doing fully yet, and this has just opened up loads of opportunity for them. They made their own sort of universe. They have loads of plot generators, so you know what campaign you're going on, or it just has loads. I can't understand how many rules there are. I don't think I would have played this. I would like to have a go, but I don't think I'll be able to get my head around it. People might say it's simple. I don't know. I am a simple man. But yeah, I like how they include all this. They have a picture of all the, I'm guessing, animators, design team, everyone who's got involved to change everything to do with 40k / Rogue Trader. Like they just that I am, so am I. Reminds me of Alfarius, and a guy with a belly gun. So I'm gonna end the video here. So I just want to thank anyone who's stuck around and subscribed over the past couple of months. It has been hectic. Just so you know, this is the first probably depiction of a Sister of Battle killing a Space Marine, which is... He must have committed some sort of crime. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to try and upload at least once a month. I do get sidetracked quite easily. I don't put this in front of anyone or anything that I'm doing in real life, sort of thing. So I try to do this in my spare time, and I hope you can appreciate that. Well, thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you for still subscribing, still liking, still following me on Instagram, whatever you're doing. I hope you're all okay. I hope everyone is having some good hobby time to actually concentrate on their armies or whatever projects you're doing at the moment. I've just seen all the Golden Demon entries and Andy Wardle's Slanesh guy. That was amazing. I've loved all of the entries. They're so good. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope you have a nice week. Thank you, and bye-bye.